Fall to me means rich colored leaves, pumpkins, and persimmons. Persimmons, particularly this variety called Fuyu that I'm going to be using today, are sweet and taste similar to a date. The shape is round and kind of squat, kind of like a donut, and they can be eaten firm. I'm going to be using these cute little persimmons to make a French Persimmon Tart, inspired by the classic French apple tart. It's super easy to make, but will be a beautiful showstopper when dessert comes around. I'm going to start by thawing out my sheet of puff pastry. Puff pastry can be homemade, but the results can be a little finicky, so I found some amazing products out there that work just as well. One of my favorites is from Trader Joe's, and it has real butter in it. I'll let it thaw on the counter for about 20 to 30 minutes while I work on my persimmons. I'm being really careful to choose firm but ripe persimmons here because I want them to slice evenly. I'll peel the skins, then using my mandolin, I'll slice them almost paper thin. For this tart, I'll need 3 persimmons. So now's a great time for me to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. Once the puff pastry is thawed, I'll roll it out onto my baking sheet and score a thin slit around the edge of the pastry. This will create a beautiful puffed edge when you bake it. Now, I'll carefully overlap the persimmons in a scalloped pattern inside the edge and cover the entire pastry sheet. Then, I'll sprinkle 2 teaspoons of coarse sugar over the persimmons and dot here and there with unsalted butter. The sugar and the butter will help the persimmons caramelize beautifully. Finally, to achieve a nice brown crust on the puff pastry, I'll make an egg wash. I'm taking 1 egg yolk, mixing it with a tablespoon of water, and then I'll just brush it along the edge carefully. Once the oven is ready, I'll pop it in and bake it for 25 to 30 minutes until the puff pastry is a nice and golden brown color. While it's cooling, I'm going to make my apricot glaze. I'm taking a tablespoon of apricot jam and a nice splash of brandy and mixing it together. You can also substitute it with water if you don't use brandy. I'll pop it in the microwave for about 30 seconds and then I'll take it out and brush it on top of the tart. This will give it that nice glossy finish that you always see in tarts in French bakeries. And there you have it, the Persimmon French Tart. This will serve about 8 slices, and I love to serve it with some ice cream or just save it and eat it for breakfast with some coffee in the morning. It's delicious. I want to know, what do you guys use persimmons for? Baking or cooking? Because they go well with everything. Comment below, and for more recipes and inspiration, be sure to check my blog at honeysucklecatering.com and follow me on Snapchat at honeysuckleb to see what I'm up to. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Also, follow me for daily updates on Instagram at Honeysuckle Catering.